Hello, my name is Luke. I'm from Tax CSA. I am the lead engineer behind the ExemptionIQ Package, which is our out-of-the-box solution for quickly integrating exemption certificate management directly into your platform, leveraging Avalara's GenCert. This package is for developers, and it removes the complexity of manual integration by automatically detecting your framework and scaffolding your project for you. It comes pre-built with configurations and customizations to match the theme of your platform and the certificate management requirements that you need. So let's dive in and take a quick look at the integration process. Starting out, in order to leverage this package, you do need to have an account with Tax CSA. So in order to do that, if you head to the taxcsa.com website, you can click on this free consultation if you don't already have an account, and schedule a time for consultation and see about getting that account established. That being said, looking at the NPM documentation for the installer, it's a pretty simple command, copy and paste for this CLI, and it is of note that this is designed for individuals who have Avalara AvaTax accounts. However, there are strategies that we do have in place that allow you to still leverage this package through our team. So if you're not already an AvaTax account holder, that's okay. Just let one of our team members know and we'll get that sorted for you. So some key features that this package does have is it does allow for GenCert to be automatically integrated into your platform. So customers that are tax exempt will have a quick and easy way to either detect that they already have a certificate in the system that is valid, or they can send in a request to create a new certificate, allowing them to be tax exempt. It also comes pre-built with customer management, so they can go in to an account page that you have on your platform and they can manage their certificates from there pretty easily. Moving down a bit, here's an example of what the installation command is going to look like in your terminal once you are executing and you do have a valid username and password. And then we only require 3 environment variables to be set up, and those would be the ExemptionIQ username and password, which would be established with your Tax CSA account, and then the Avalara API base. And this is, we provide both the sandbox API URL and the production URL, so you can copy and paste those and use those as you need. Right now, the package currently supports Next, Remix, Astro, and then generic platforms. Here's some examples which we're going to go through here shortly, and here are some of the components that will be available to you. So we have 2 components for each server and client. And then there's the standard checkout button, and then there's the actual table for customer certificate management. Here we have an example of how the server component could be integrated with that import from ExemptionIQ. Some statements on required fields for the customer information, which is passed in as a prop. And then here's all of our prop references of how we can customize the button and any supporting configurations that we need to do. One of the key ones here is this onComplete callback function that we can leverage, which allows you to pass in a function returning a Boolean value of true or false if the customer comes back with a successful message or not, and you can leverage that however you need to within your accounting software or your e-commerce platform as you see fit. And then we have looks like we have a pre-built uninstall command and some other content. So we're going to scroll back up here to the top, and we're going to copy this command. Now, here I have a example e-commerce page with a shopping cart feature and account page feature. Right now, currently, if I go into the shopping cart, here, let me add an item. If I go into the shopping cart, I can check out. I have tax applied. Everything is there. And so what we're going to do is we want this tax exempt button to be able to leverage GenCert in here. So I'm going to pull up our platform, and if I go into my cart, let's paste in that command to install. Yes, I want to proceed. And then we'll pass in our username and password. So we're authenticating with Tax CSA's API, it downloads the package, gives us some notes of reminders of the ENVs that we need to establish, and we're done, we're installed. So from our cart page, I can come in here at the top and we can import our exemption IQ client from our ExemptionIQ package. And I've already kind of just commented this out just to speed things up a bit, but we're passing in that customer information. You would have a unique customer code, however your company assigns customer codes to their customers coming through, the state which they would be purchasing from, and then any other configurations. Here's that onComplete callback function that's just going to return that true or false value. So let's save that. And we'll spin up our server again, refresh our page. We'll add something to our shopping cart. And now we have this tax exempt button here. And that is the configuration from the package. So if I select this tax exempt button, we're gonna have two options here. If the customer already has a pre-existing certificate, they can leverage that by clicking this use this certificate button. Doing that just to demonstrate, we'll send back that exempt success and it's zeroed out our taxes here. So I'm going to refresh here. We'll continue shopping, add a new item to our cart, hit process, and we're going to upload a new certificate. And this will come through and get us into GenCert, where we can then finish that exemption certificate submission pipeline. So that's one aspect of it. The other aspect is going to be using the customer tables. So we're going to go back to our code here for our platform, go to our account page, and you can see here I've already commented out the ExemptionIQ customer client, and we're just going to have that add that import statement here at the top for the ExemptionIQ package for that component. So we'll save that, and we'll head over to our account page where we have our account info for our customer. And if we go over to our exemptions, you can see that loading indication that it's loading that exemption data. And then once it's loaded, we have the quick access to a table that can be customized for the certificates that they do currently possess. They can view the certificates via a PDF in a dialog pop-up. They can renew that certificate if they choose, and they can add a new certificate based on a state entry that they want to do. Again, all integrating GenCert quickly and easily. So that is it for the ExemptionIQ package. Hopefully this was helpful, insightful, and if there's any questions, do feel free to reach out to the Tax CSA team and we'll be happy to assist with any integration issues that you may be having. Thank you very much.